I'm Kaylee, and this is my husband, Eric. We are 34 weeks along, which is about 8 months. And our due date is July 9th, so it's coming up. This morning we met with Morgan Tracy, who's the maternity nurse navigator with Wesley, and today's meeting was to do the birth plan. So she went over pain control options, what they were going to do immediately after she is born, newborn care, as well as what could happen in an emergency and what our wishes would be, and kind of just went over all of that stuff with us so that we knew what would be going on. And she just kind of went over a couple of items to make sure that we bring some sleepers for the baby, and she'll be in a diaper, and so that she can do the skin to skin.
Something if we want for the first picture.
Yes, yeah. Baby Bloom will do pictures in the hospital, like her newborn photos. So she encouraged us, if we have like a special outfit or something cute that we want her to wear for those photos, to make sure that's in there. She encouraged to bring a playlist of like relaxing music that kind of helps calm you down for the labor process. There was also a video that she did that was on Facebook that kind of goes over a whole list of everything. That'll help me pack my actual bag, which I probably should go ahead and get packed now that we kind of have we're kind of getting closer.
In general, with birth plans, and with Kaylee and Eric, it was the same way, is that we talk about things they hadn't thought about or they haven't discussed between the two of them. The birth plan layout that I have is very simple. It's just 4 boxes, and it's comfort measures, special instructions, in an emergency, and then newborn care. So I tell you what to expect with comfort measures, what we have to support labor, unmedicated labor, and then the medications we have to, if you want pain relief during labor as well, and what your options are for that. In the moment, when you come in labor, you may not be able to verbalize what's important to you out of your birth experience. So if moving around and getting up is important to you, your nurses are going to be like, okay, you want to move around? Let's get up, let's do stuff. We're going to be highly encouraging of that. And if you have a lot of questions, I mean, that's the time to come. If you aren't sure what to expect, or you're like, I have a birth plan, but I don't even know if it's the right birth plan or if it is appropriate for my situation, come in and we'll chat and we can talk all through what to expect.
And there's a lot of ifs.
There's so many ifs.
So many ifs. But there's a lot of things that if you don't talk about those ifs, you don't know that was even a possibility.
Right.
What, you mean I could do aromatherapy?
Right.
That's cool. That would help me a lot.
I mean, they went over absolutely everything. They went over how to hold, like the different ways to hold your baby, the different ways to hold your baby while you're breastfeeding versus just hold your baby. It just took a real in-depth look into what to expect in the hospital, what to expect going home, what to expect going back to work, just absolutely the whole gamut of breastfeeding.
I think the learning too about like the food that comes in, like your body naturally just knows how to turn it into whatever the baby needs. I thought that was pretty interesting.
So we did a safe sleep class with Jolinda Kelly today, which is the perinatal nurse navigator at Wesley. And she teaches a class that goes over why it's important to make sure that your baby is sleeping on the baby's back as opposed to on her stomach. She talked about the risks of co-sleeping and how it's important to have the baby sleep in our room for the first year is what's recommended. Something that we did think was interesting is, when we were kids and just everything, they always swaddled us a lot. And at home, they say that you shouldn't swaddle your baby while they're sleeping because they could potentially squirm out of the blanket and it could be a risk there.
For me on the safe sleep class, I really wanted to focus with Eric. It's been a while since he's had a newborn, and the American Academy of Pediatrics have come out with new guidelines. So I wanted to make sure that he knew that things are a little bit different than what he might have known before. And with Kaylee, I focused on her because this is her first, and just always putting baby on their back, and you're going to get a lot of information from aunts and grandparents about this is the way we did it, and just so that she's empowered to know this is how we have found is the safest way to do it.
We're gonna do a maternity photo shoot next Friday, and so we'll get some pictures of my belly with all that, and that'll be a neat little thing to remember the pregnancy by. The baby shower was really fun though. It was nice to have our family and friends there. Aiden enjoyed it. He helped us open the presents and show off the gifts. He liked that. I went to the Bloom event this year, and that's put on by the Wichita Moms blog. And then Wesley and Heartland Women's Group are both the main sponsors for the event. It is just several booths set up. It was at the Wichita Art Museum downtown, and booths of just different resources that are available to you as a new or expecting mom. Wesley has a booth that Morgan and Jolinda and some of our lactation and postpartum nurses were there to answer all the questions. Wesley had a photo booth there so everyone could take the fun photos with the, the glasses and the different little things.
So pregnancy introduces a lot of changes into your life. So for women to be aware of that and know that everything's gonna change. You may not fit in those pre-pregnancy jeans again. But also with dads, being supportive is great. The more supportive you are, trying to understand that your person is getting used to a whole new body and a whole new human growing inside of her, taking up space that she didn't have before. So trying to be patient and understanding with that is super helpful. During labor, I feel like mom's biggest role is breathe. Every contraction has a beginning and an end. And then for dads, I always tell them to sneaky snack. So not necessarily snack in front of their wives, but you don't want to get to the time of delivery and pass out.
About a month ago, we were going monthly to the doctor, and then it started, now we're going every 2 weeks, and so we just had our appointment a couple of days ago, and so then we'll go back in 2 weeks again, and then after that, that'll be at 36 weeks, and we'll actually start going weekly. I'm still excited for kind of the same reasons. I don't know how much they're changing, but it's becoming a lot more, wow, she's actually going to be here. This is actually going to happen. And Aiden's getting excited. He's got lots of questions, and he'll be a good big brother. And so I think seeing all the baby clothes, you kind of look at his eyes when he sees them, and it's just like they're so little. And, it's like, hey, are you excited to hold the baby? And it's like, you can see in his eyes, like, I don't know how to hold the baby. So I said, I don't know how to hold the baby either. So I am excited for us to all get to do that together.
Yeah. I think in the beginning you're processing so long term, but now that you're getting closer, you're getting just more excited for her to be here, the family getting to meet her, and just really kind of just planning out life, just ready to get home.